Hello everybody. Welcome to my playground. This is the new Lee 6000 Pro. Has 6 stations, fully automated, so that you don't have to really stop to do much except add more shells, add more bullets, and refill your powder and put some more primers on. This is the new Lee 6000, the Pro 6000 6-station. It's wonderful. I'm going to try to hold this thing so I can show you and get the tripod set. First station is your D-prime and your sizing. Second station, you get the prime, and then you expand for your bullet and add your powder. I have a powder check that was a 3D printable off of the internet. I have a bullet feed 3D printable off the internet. And then my die set here is a crimping bullet seating die. We're set ready to feed bullets. We're ready to feed cases. I started a little bit. This is the 38 special kit from Lee. Everything you see except the 2 items that were purchased here, the powder check and the bullet feed, is what's in the kit. You get a set of dies, powder feed, case feed, the press, the primer feed, which is pretty decent primer feed, I must admit. I've had very few issues with it, and it is very satisfactory. Now I'm going to try to set this over here, and it's kind of the side I would be working with, but I'm going to try to show you with this video the whole press as it runs. A few people I have seen have not really shown the whole press. They don't show you the action of your powder, of your prime, of your powder check, and of your bullet feed. Your primer goes in and out on a slide bar underneath, and after you get your bullet, or your case, I'm sorry, I keep saying bullet. After you get your case through its depriming and sizing, it rotates and comes down on the primer, and your up handle sets the primer. I'm going to try to run a couple here, and I want you to take note that your powder feeds, and then the next station your powder is checked, and the next station your bullet is fed. So let's take a ride on the 6000 Pro. As you can see your powder feed, your powder check, and your bullet feeds. There's a lot of things to watch on this press. Each time you index, you're watching to see that your powder check goes to the same size every time, your powder's dispensed each time, and a bullet's fed each time. Trying to do this from an awkward position here. I don't normally run it, but I can see things progressing as I go. I want to watch my powder check, and my bullet feed, and I want to make sure I'm getting a primer in each time. There's 3 up, 3 down, primer's coming in, primer's in, 3 up, 3 down, another primer, another shell, up, 1 more shell. The hardest thing to do on this press is to pay attention, because you will run out of shells faster than you know. There's 13 in a stack. We've already run 13 that are in the press and coming out. The bullet feeder is getting down pretty good. And I just put 100 primers in, so we should be good on primers for a while. But to show you, there's a lot that you have to watch. You have to be careful as you go up. Each time, make sure your powder is dispensed, your powder check is right, because it's always the same height, and your bullet's fed. This is one of the finest quality lead presses I think I'm running. I cannot believe the amount of ammunition I am able to actually produce in a short period of time. You just have to watch. You have to look at so many things on this press. It slows you down. You can't just fly along. But in doing that, I'm standing this time, not sitting, which I usually am. I've run hundreds of rounds through this, and it's just amazing. It just goes and goes and goes. Now I can see my bullets went down. Can't turn, so there's a couple still in the chambers here. I'm going to run these through. One more. Now I'm going to turn, drop the next stack of bullets. Now we only have a couple cases left, and we'll be done the video here because it's such a beautiful thing. Oh, hung it up. When you're running low on cases, sometimes you'll catch one in the side of the press. That'll be the end of that one. Now, notice we have the powder check and the bullet feed, but where we're missing a case, it's not going to actuate. Primer, feed. That's it, we're out of cases now. We're on the last round. Got powder, got bullet, check. Last bullet, seat and crimp, and we'll just index that one around. That was pretty quick for a pile of bullets. As you can see, bullets are piling up fast. On this side of the press, I wanted to show you the priming section, which is my most favorite. As you actuate, the slide bar comes back, and it springs kind of right in the way for a video, isn't it? And you pick up a primer. When you pick up the primer, it's like a little shoe. It'll start going forward, comes right in, and there's your primer, ready to prime. Each time comes right up. This way's a little better. Comes right up, and there's your primer. And the feed will come back, pick up another, and go in each time. If there's no bullet, it just stays there and goes back with it. Very nice press. Very nice, 100%, one arm, and it just keeps continuously, automatically feeding everything. It's beautiful. This is set up for 38 special for 357 Magnum as a kit. It's just the adjustment of your dies for the 357 versus the 38 specials, which we just ran. And this is the bullet feeder I got of the 356 off the internet, which is 3D printable, and the powder check is a 3D printable, and they're very inexpensive. So for this whole kit, the only thing you don't get are those two parts, and they're very inexpensive on the internet. And it's 100%, as you can see. And you just run, run, run. 13 shells in each stack, the 4 stacks. That's 52 rounds. 88 bullets can be held in the bullet feeder, and you have 100 primers. So every 50 rounds, when these are full, you have to stop, refill, top off your bullets, make sure you're still good on primers, and continue. takes about 7 minutes to run, between 7 and 8 minutes to run a box of shells. You have a full box of bullets in 7 to 8 minutes. It's very nice, very, very, very finicky in powder. Powder is consistent as anything. Once you tweak that to where you want the powder, it will be the same every time. It just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. The exact same powder. That measure never changes. So that's it. That's the 6000 Pro. Here to give you a little heads up on what's going on with it. You can get different plates. You can get the different plates on the bottom, and this will change with the plates what you want to load. I have a 9mm press right next to it here that I've been running my 9mm on, and as soon as a new plate comes in, I can swap that new plate over and make it a 9mm machine. That 9mm machine will run bullets just as fast, only I won't have to stop as much because the cases are shorter, and I'll get more cases in the tubes. It comes with that 4-tube feeder. I have the 4-tube bullet feeder, which was purchased online, and the powder check, of course, but all the rest comes as a kit. For the price, this press cannot be beat. This thing is an animal. Wow, what a nice piece. Hats off to Lee. I thought they did good with the 4-stage. This thing is just head and tail above it. I love the 6 station. If I do run the 9s on this, I will be using the crimp die here, and that will actually utilize all 6 stations. And as you see, handle down, handle up, another bullet. Handle down, handle up, another bullet. Set your dies, set everything just the way you want it. Critique your load to whatever powder you're running. We're using Tight Group today. Tight Group feeds real nice in here. Feeds right through. Beautiful, very consistent. I can't say enough. I love this little press. Works so well. I can't wait to start doing my 357s. I think I'll do a couple hundred more of the 38 specials and then move on to 357. Just adjust the dies a little. Alright. I hope you guys like this video. Give you a little idea of what's going on down here in my humble abode known as my toy room. And I get to play down here. So, y'all have a great day. Be blessed. Don't want to drag this video out. Take care. God bless.